So I went to check out this
Memorial Day.
transcendental meditation. It's all run by the same foundation. Started by the founder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. The Maharishi University?
Yeah. You got to go for 6 months.
So, okay. I actually know a bit about this. A, just because it's in Iowa, but B, because I watched an hour-long documentary on the National Geographic Channel, I think, about the Maharishi University.
Okay.
But one of the weird things about the documentary is that through the whole episode, it was an hour long, they teased that at the end they would show some of these teachers levitating. Like that's the ultimate goal, and they were going to show it on camera for the first time ever.
Wow, okay.
And that's where it gets weird. So they tease. Finally, like the last 2 minutes of the episode, they show this. These people are in a giant padded room. They cross their legs,
Lotus flowers.
Yeah,
style,
so both feet are up. And then they kind of pop up on their knees, and they just bounce across a pad, like a gymnastics pad. And that's where I was like, what the fuck? Like,
super weird. I was like, this is weird, bro. Like, but I did see a monk put himself in a cauldron of oil that had fire under it and sat in it while he meditated.
That kind of shit is crazy.
Crazy.
You brought up one about a guy that dried a towel or something one time on a podcast.
Yeah.
And I've seen a thing on TV of a guy that sat in an oven and they turned it up to like 300 and he was able to control his body temperature.
Wow. I've seen a guy who's practiced Qi all his life, and he does like medicine and healing people, but they wanted to see like, well, can you prove us besides your patients giving testimonials? So he took like a front section of a newspaper, crumbled up this big ball of newspaper, put it on the ground, and lit the shit on fire with his Qi.
That I don't know about, man. I don't know about that.
It didn't look special effects. It looked pretty real. I won't put it past it, but I was like, fuck. Could you imagine if you could do that with your body?
Yeah. I don't know about that shit. One of my mom's...
Would you want to do that if you could? Like, would you, if you felt it was possible, would you try to train to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So can I tell you a pet peeve of mine with you?
Yeah.
You put your cigarettes out in that ashtray like an ashtray, but it is specifically designed for you to not put your cigarette out and just drop it in the hole and be smokeless. Like you are every time you put your cigarette out in that, you defeat the purpose for it.
Okay.
I swear to God, every time you do it, I'm like, when I find your cigarette butts at the top, because you got the white filter, and I'm just...
No. Okay, I used to do that. You've said this to me once before, not like that, but you mentioned it to me once before, and I was like, all right. And then I was doing it. I was just dropping them, but I wasn't moving it or anything. I was just dropping them in there.
Uh-huh.
And one time while we were recording, smoke kept coming out. So I was like, all right, so I'm going to start putting them out. And then last time I was here, or a couple times ago, I saw Veronica drop it in, but then like shake it around.
Yeah.
So like what happens now is I start to put it out, and then I'm like, oh, fuck it, and I drop it and shake it. That's what's going on at the moment. Okay. But I'm aware of it because you mentioned it once before. You're like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And I was like, all right. And then I was trying not to, and it's become a thing in my mind.
I'm glad on your conversion rate though. You're to the midway point right there.